Okay, hello everyone. We're back again on the last exercise on this lecture about Alpro 1 review. Okay, so we will, in this question, spoiler alert, that we need to do loops here, repetition here. So I know that in Alpro 1, the last boss on your topics is loops. Many person that didn't understand loops. Okay, so I hope you guys can understand loops by learning this, by watching this video. Okay, so like before, always go to the input, output, and explanation first. Input 153, output SPY explanation 100 is odd. The only thing we need to know from here, the input will be one number. The output, it can be SPY or not a SPY. Where do I need, how do we know what we do with the inputs, right? We go back to the question. The American intelligence agency, CIA, wants to eliminate the threat of the enemy spies to protect President Donald Trump by identifying the license plates of the spies. Okay. Okay, we need to identify the plates, right? This is the key of the program. We need to identify how. The question now is how we identify, right? Based on the information obtained by the CIA, the spy's vehicle license plate consists of an Armstrong number. So, and the first digit of the number is odd. Okay, this is the important thing. Create a program to identify these spies. So, first we need to know what is Armstrong number and how the program will work. A spy's vehicle. So, from this word only, we know that the output will be spy or not a spy. There's only two output, right? So now the note. An Armstrong number is a number in which the sum of the cubes of each digit is equal to the number itself. It's hard to believe this. It's hard to understand this, but this is an Armstrong number, right? Cube of 1. So if we have an input, the license plate, we take the every digits, we power it by 3, we do submission on all the result, and the end result, if our input is the same as our end result, then it is an Armstrong number. That's Armstrong number. Okay. Oh no, it's blank. Why it's blank? Because I need to teach you guys about how to solve this problem as a human. Okay, so what's the program wants? The program wants you to um human apa ya? Human's way to solve problem. Okay, one. This is the steps that we will write in our code. But to translate humans way to solve the problems to code, we need to understand the steps, right? So first, take input, right? Take the input. Take the input. Process the input after that. What we need to process? Okay, if we have 153, we need to add the cube of every digit. So what we need to do? Take every digit, right? Take every digit. We already learned this in our first exercise about data types, that you can take the digits by implementing division and modulus operation, right? So maybe, just maybe, as a human, we have an instinct that we will use div and mod, right? Maybe. And after that, the third step will be, after we take the digits, we will use submission operator to plus all digit. Do we only plus all the digits, 1 plus 5 plus 3? No. We need to take the cubes of it, right? Power it by 3, right? So plus here and step 2 power 3 to the digit, right? After that, you do summation operator to plus plus all the digits after you take power 3 of the digits, right? So after that, what is the last thing to do? Check result to input, right? This is what we do. After we operating with Armstrong, this is how the Armstrong was made. If all the if the end result similar to the inputs, then it's an Armstrong number, it's a true. Does it end here? No. In a question, and the first digit of the number is odd. We need to take the first digit. We need to take the first digit. Take first digit. Okay. And the last step is check first digit. Check first digit, right? Is it odd? This is how human will solve the problem. And outputting. Last thing. Okay. So, as a human, we have 7 steps to do. And now we need to realization our human steps to a code. How do we do this? Take input. Okay, maybe in this we have one input, right? But it's on the next thing. What I want to guys to understand, we use loop here, but the input only one. So the input must be on the outside of the algorithm. So we go to the solving the problem as a code. We're gonna skip this into, oh no, it's good. So why I said the result is not spy? Why we start from the output? We start from the last thing. So the concept of human thinking to solving this problem, think all the vehicles is not a spy, right? So when the condition is satisfied, we change it to become a spy. Oh, I'm a rapper. So that's how you do for a result, right? So after that, why I go to the loops? While loop iteration to process each digit of the number. So maybe in the inputs, we only see like 3 digits, a number with the consisting 3 digits, right? But in a real condition, it can be maybe 4, 5, 6, or etc., etc., right? So we cannot make like first digit. Let you write this here. First digit is equals to n mod n div 100. Okay, this is not right. Digit 2 will be like n mod 100 div 10. Last digit will be n mod 10. This is wrong. Why this is wrong? It only applies to a numbers consisting 3 digits. In our question, we can do it 4 digits of numbers, right? So after that, we set the result. And after that, why we need do the loops? This is while loops iteration to process each digit of the number. So in visualization, what we do with this loop is to take the digit, power it by 3, power 3, plus for each iteration. That's how you do in the loops. We cannot do it like the first digit, second digit, third digit. We do it in a loop because it will end. So the question will be, when we do 100, which is 3 digits, it will end after 3 iteration. If we do 1, 2, 3, 4, it will end in 4 iteration, right? There's a different iterations will we do, right? We do 3 iteration, and here we do 4 iteration. So can we use for loops? Of course not. In first lecture, I said that if we didn't know for how many iteration we do in a loop, then we use condition loop, not for loops, right? That's why I use while here. Okay, I use while. While x larger than 0, do something. Okay, first algorithm, what we do in this loop. Digit x mod 10. Why? Because we need to get the last digits. Okay, understandable. Digit power, we cannot write like maybe with some math import or what in code, but in pseudocode don't do this. Don't do x pangkat power 3. Don't do this. Do x times x times x. Okay, do this in your pseudocodes. So digit power will be digit times digit to get the power of 3 from the number. So, and the next thing, we need to sum digit power plus digit power. Why we do this? We maybe you guys familiar with this. Total is total plus x. Okay. Focus on the total variables is a sum variables. Okay. It will be always same templates to do submission in loop. Always two variables updating himself, right? So sum digit powers is sum digit power plus digit power. Digit power here is an x, so it's a variables that will change the sum digit power, which is the total. We want to get the total, right? The summation. So we do this to do every loop we want to plus. If we have 153, we take last digit, we take 3, power it by 3, take the cube of the numbers, and do submission each loop. The next time we will do in 5, we will do on 1, like that. So first digit, why we need to update the first digit? Assign first digit with the last value in the loops. I think the comment say it's very clearly assign first digit with the last value in the loop. So if we know 153, it will ends when the number is only 1, which is the first digit, right? So the first digit will always on the last iteration where the loop stops, right? So just make a variable, different variable to assign the last iteration digit to be processed. So, but why we assign it with x? Because x on every operation will change value, right? X equals to x div 10. In here, so for our, where do I write this? For our first iteration, we will do 153. First iteration, it will take 3. At the end of the iteration, it will be 15. Take the 15 at the last iteration 1, process the 1. How do we eliminate the last number on every iteration? We do division by 10. Okay, so after we process the last number, we take it, we delete it on the next iteration, so we get the next number on the line, right? Okay, so that's why x assigned x div 10. Okay, and while the loops is done, we process it, good. Does the program ends? No. At the last thing, we need to check if the numbers is Armstrong and the first digit is an odd number, right? So if some digit power equals to number, what is important thing here to highlight? We need to see. We need to see. We need to. We need to see here. Okay, number. We didn't have x. We have x, but why we use number? we need to compare it with the first inputs, okay? So after reading this, we need an input. We need initialization first. After the initialization, because like I say in a while condition that the digit power, some digit power, the first digit is always is an initialization number. Always do initialization outside at the first thing. So after that, we input numbers, right? As you can see here, number is our head. Okay, what we do with x? Why we process x? Okay, this is the variable. We have x. What we do with x? X is number. Why we didn't just process the number? Why we need to make a different variables named x? Why x and number is the same value? At the first time is the same value, okay? At the start of the algorithm is the same value. But at the end of the loops, does it same values? Of course not, because x always get division by 10 on every loop. So it will always ends on the first digit. Worse, it will ends on 0. Okay, x div 10. It's always end with 0. Do the tracing. Trust me. Some digit power equals to number. So we need to keep the number as our real inputs and make the copy of it, and the copy of it is the one that we need to process. That's for if condition for Armstrong. So if the sum digit power equals to number, then it is an Armstrong. But the request of the vehicles, whether it's a spy or not a spy, it needs to take the first digit, and if it's an odd number, then we change it to become a spy. So result equals to spy if the first digit mod 2 doesn't equals to 0. Okay, so if it's equals to 0, it's an even number. If the number mod 2 it doesn't equals to 0, it's an odd numbers. Okay, so if this condition true, we use n. If you see this, we use n operation. If two of the condition is true, then the result is pi. And what we do here, last thing we do, just make the dictionary, and at the end of the day, outputting result. So try to process this question, because so many things you get here. You get processing digits. That first, you get comparing with branching, if using if. Like I say before, we didn't always need else if, we didn't always need else. If just one condition you need to do, use it, right? That's how you do it. And for the condition of the while, you learn more on here. Iteration condition, not always E equals to E plus 1 or E equals to E plus 2. It's not always like that. You can do this X equals to X div 10. Someday you will get X equals to X equals to X equals to X div 2, maybe. Someday you will get that, okay? So after learning this, I hope you guys understand about the loop. Try to solve it, try to code it, because by watching only, by listening only, you cannot understand it. I came from a background, didn't know anything about code. And what I do first to learn code, try to write it down on VS Code, on anything, text editor, software, or everything you can do. So my advice on this loop, so you can understand it, so many things you can learn from this question. Try to evolve the question. Maybe you want to check anything. This code, if you understand this code, you will understand loop. Okay. Uh, and I hope you guys understand about this first week of lecturer, which is Alpro 1 review.